Alrighty, some blokes here so that they wish they understood AI better, and they don't even know where to start. So what I'm going to do today is just give you a general tutorial about the options that are available that you can leverage as a consumer straight off the bat. So let's go here. I'm going to start with the first one as ChatGPT. The second one, I'm going to show you Google Gemini. Always wants to bring that up. All right, so Google Gemini. The third one we're going to do is Claude. The fourth one we're going to do is Perplexity. And I'm just going to keep it at that for the moment. There are others, but these are the main ones. And I'm going to tell you the relative pros and cons of each. All right. Now, the first one is the one that came out the first time, which was really the ChatGPT models. Now, these have got a lot of capability in them that you should consider. So the latest standard model is the GPT-4o model. They've also got GPT-4o with Canvas. So Canvas is essentially the ability to write a document and to be able to essentially edit a document with AI. We've got the O1 preview, and apparently O1 is just around the corner. So O1 gives you the ability to reason and think in layers. O1 mini is a lighter version that's obviously at full amount. And then we've got ChatGPT 4 legacy model. So there's a heap of models in here that do different things. We've also got the search feature now. So this is now, so give me an overview of the gold stocks in the ASX. So this is going to go away and search the web. So they've basically integrated now with really powerful data sources. Although that one doesn't look too great. So there is a news feature in this one as well. The other cool thing about this tool is this concept of GPTs. So all a GPT is, and I'll create my own. So what a GPT is it's the ability to give something a name, a description, and then you give it instructions, and then you can upload your own files. So this is around basically being able to build shareable bots of your own kind that you can configure and deploy out. So this is probably the most popular model. This is probably the go-to, probably the first one you would get. Yeah, but there are alternatives. Okay, so the second one is Google Gemini Advanced. Now, the real advantage of Google Gemini Advanced is if you're in the Chrome ecosystem, you get access to this natively in the operating system. So before, in the last video where I went into, what's it called? So if I went into Docs and I created a new document and I said, write me a history of Poland. Now, if I grab that, as you can see, because this account, Ask Beeves, is logged into this, I can actually elaborate that. And so it's going away into its knowledge base. And it's going to write me, hopefully, a history of Poland. There we go. So I could just insert that. So as you can see, it's built into the core of the operating system, which is quite powerful. Now, this model also has this concept of gem managers. So a gem manager is like a GPT. You've got a name, you've got instructions, but it also has access to all of your Google Workspace documents, Google Flights, hotels, YouTube itself, Google Maps. So this is a very, very powerful model if you want to integrate it with your data. And the context window on this is massive. The context window is the amount of content it can index. I think it's about 10 times what the others are. In fact, it might even be 20 times bigger. So that is this claim to fame. Now, the other tool that's in the Google family, so this is the paid one, but there is also a thing called Notebook LM. Now, I've done a video on this as well, but the cool thing about Notebook LM is it enables you to upload a data source here, but it also lets you give a link to Google Docs, Google Slides, a website URL, YouTube, or any copied text. So I could theoretically go to YouTube. If I go to YouTube and I look at, let's just go to the first example here. Okay, so there's this video. This is just some news thing. It's going to index that, and then you could say, summarize that video. Summarize the video. It may take a moment to index it. The one in your knowledge. Okay. Please summarize the video that has been added as a source. This may take a moment. Please summarize your video. That does work. I think it's just it'll probably take okay, so there's no transcript for that one yet. All right, so let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. I think that other one was just uploaded, so it can take a moment for something to be. All right, so remove that source. We'll add this one. There we go. Transcript not available. I find that surprising. Interesting. Something's going wrong here. But anyway, so that's Notebook LM. This is a very powerful tool when it works, but it's not working right now. Okay. Claude. Now, Claude I have a professional plan of as well. Claude has 3.5 Sonnet, Opus, and Haiku. This one's the fastest. This one's Excel for writing and complex targets, and this is the most intelligent. This one is absolutely amazing for coding, so and writing in general. But one thing I can do with this is I could say, write me some software, write me a Python application that is a countdown timer with reset button and the ability to set the countdown. All right. Okay, so you can write your own code. Now the other thing is too, if you ask it to teach you how to implement this in something like Python Anywhere, you can actually, it'll give you all the steps to go and configure the application for you. Now, the purpose of this is not to say that you need to become a programmer or you're going to teach you how to programming. This is just another tool in your tool belt that you can do to analyze data or do something quite powerfully. So it's actually built the application, but let's say I need a user interface to be able to see it. Please make the user interface fun and colorful and dynamic, and make it so I can test it out. There we go. So now it's writing all the componentry so that I can see it in the web browser. So this model, in my mind, is really good at writing more like a human, more professional. It's really strong in that area. It's also really strong in coding, and it is really strong in analyzing complex data, research data, that kind of thing. So if I said 1 hour, 1 minute, and 1 second and hit start, there you go. So I've just built myself a countdown timer in code. And if I look here, I can actually see all of the code that's built that. So I could even then say, I want to implement this in Python Anywhere. Please give me detailed instructions on how to set it up. So this would teach you how to go and put this onto a service. Okay, so it's putting it on a fast version for me. So it's actually rewriting the code. I might just go back to Notebook LM. Okay, can you summarize the video? May have taken a moment to... Very interesting. Let's copy this one. Okay, so this one worked. I don't know what was going on there. Here's a summary. Here's the suggested questions about it. You can now write anything you want about this. So please tell me the pros and cons of this laptop. So this tool is actually free. So here you go. So you can basically write content. And this is actually bringing up where it is in the thing. So Notebook LM is really, really cool. The other thing you can do is, I think somewhere, You can also generate a conversation, which is like a podcast based on this material. You can also write frequently asked questions, study guides, timelines. So this has been recognized as one of the coolest AI tools of the year. So we'll leave that go for a moment. We'll go back to Claude. Here we go. So it's given us all the instructions to deploy that application now. Now, again, you don't need to be a software engineer to do this. Just follow those instructions, type in what you need to and where, and you'd be able to deploy that application. So this is a real step forward for people who can't program. Now, let's go across to Perplexity. So Perplexity has been invested in, I think, by Amazon. They're based in San Francisco. Their claim to fame is they have really deep knowledge sets. So they have videos and a lot of academic and a lot of news-based content. So if you were to say, please give me an overview of the US bank stock sector this month, click that. So it's going away and it's researching. So this one is probably, I think this is more powerful than ChatGPT's search feature. This seems to be quite deep. And the other feature that they've just launched recently is this concept of spaces. And I'll show you that when this comes up. I'm sorry, the internet here is quite slow. But the concept of spaces, in the spaces area, it allows you to upload, I think it's 5 25 megabyte text files, which if you have a PDF or a document with a lot of graphics, 25 megs is a pretty big document. But if you were to cut and paste the text out of those documents, 25 megabytes is a lot of material. I think I'm having internet problems here. So here, similar. So I said document analyzer. I'm just going to write description. Here you can choose whichever model you want. So here you can use Cloud or ChatGPT 4. Let's use this one. So this is like instructions. So you are a helpful assistant. Okay, so we'll create this space. Yeah, I think I've got internet problems here, guys. It's very, very slow. Everything's not working great. So let's just focus this in on discussions. What is hot in the Google Chrome OS space? Let's see if that actually works. So it's reading Reddit. Chromebook Plus, Android integration, gaming, features 10-year support, enterprise adoption, and then you can drill into these and you can search for videos, you can generate images, whole bunch of cool stuff. So of the main applications, that's probably the main, and then if you really want to push that even further, things like Replit. This is where we get really, really sophisticated. I'm just going to show you what Replit is, and I've done videos on this as well. But this one is interesting. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Profile. Log out. I think what might have happened here is it may have just automatically logged me into my other. So let's go to replit.com. Now let's go to Google. Okay. Because I'm pretty sure I'm a paid up member of this one. It's picked up the default browser profile. Monthly. Okay. So this one, please write me a countdown timer. With the ability to set the time to count down from. Start building. So what this is doing is, I mean, you could probably write this in Claude, but this will actually deploy the end application for you automatically without having to do anything else. Here we go. We're going to propose what to build. No, I think that's fine. This one should be built pretty easily, I would imagine. I doubt this will make an error. Okay, so it's writing code for me. So it's writing all the code. All right, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second, start. There you go. So it's just written the software for me. So if I wanted to, yes, this all works. Now, just imagine what you could build with this. You can build anything you want. Now, if I wanted to, I could deploy that, reserved, set up the deployment, and run it. And then that piece of code I can put anywhere on any website. Yeah, pretty cool. The other thing I might show you is how I do my website. So if I go to notion.so, so Notion is a really cool productivity text tool. all I've got is this page in here called Ask Beeves. And then in here, I have all of my articles. And if I want to add another article, let's do one for this video. So this video I'm making now, I just add another page. And then I'll call this overview of AI tools. And then I can just add an icon. So let's say, we might just put clappy hands. There we go. And then when we want to put video, we just put slash and we just type in video. And then once it's up on YouTube, I just put the link there, embed it. Now this site is already live, but if you want to attach it to your own URL, you go to this tool called super.so. So super.so gives you custom websites with Notion. Yeah, so basically this page. Now the cool thing about Notion is this page, and I mean I don't do it, but this whole page, like if I go back here, I could actually package this up. Like if I wanted to package up, say this content or this content and sell it, I can actually sell this template onto a number of marketplaces. So I'll show you Notion Marketplace. Yeah. So there's $1 billion industry around this. Notion is a massive ecosystem, predominantly in the US, but I'm sure a lot of Australians are using it as well. So yeah, so I've got another tool here called bolt.new, which is similar to Replit. Netlify Pipeline is it's around vector shift, I think the app is called. It's another one. It's more mechanistic. Yeah, you can add Google Analytics to your website. Infranotice. This one I haven't paid for because it's quite expensive and very niche for what it does. But Infranotice gives you the ability to build out I think it's called a knowledge graph. There's a video somewhere on this one, but you get to build these. So basically what you can do is you can do a Google search of a topic around a piece of research, find all the connections between the words, but then you can use artificial intelligence to find gaps in knowledge or make hypotheses of what something should be. It really is a text data analyzer that's quite unique. Yeah, so if you do want to learn prompt engineering on Ask Beeves, if I just go to Ask Beeves, in here, so obviously I've got all the lessons that I'm putting on here, and there'll be another one going in there shortly. I've also got Daniel Miesler's prompt engineering in here. So each of these is essentially a prompt. So if I get an example, explain, improve, summarize. So if I was just going to click this, so this here is a prompt. It's a very advanced prompt. Now, if you wanted to summarize, say, a document, you would upload your document into ChatGPT. You would copy this, and at the bottom where it says input, you'd say, read the document. And what it does is it follows all of these rules. And what we've got on this page is a lot of different prompts that do different things. So you can go through those and explore. So you've got recommend, summarize papers or prompts, analyze, debates, malware paper. So you could upload a video script. The other thing that you should know is all videos on YouTube now, if you go down into the bottom here, there's this show transcript button. Now in here, you can toggle off the timestamps. Now you can just grab all of that text. So you could just say, grab that. We could put it into, let's do it in Google. Now what you could say is, write me a YouTube video description. Based on this video transcript. Okay, so this is how I do the first draft of mine. So I just hit paste. So it's all there. Hit enter. So what it's doing is it's reading, there you go. In this video, Lion C reviews this. Here's what you can expect. Here's the timestamps of the video. And there's a whole bunch of relative or appropriate hashtags for your video. So if you wanted to, you could just copy that and paste that in on your video, so you can do things a lot faster. And I think what you'll find eventually is all of these AI tools are going to be built into the operating system. The fabric of the screens, like I'll give you an example. If I go into Canva and I go, let's say I do a new presentation design. So Canva is what I use to make my videos and do all of my editing. And I do work stuff on it. I do all sorts of stuff. So I can grab, let's say I'll apply this pitch deck. I'm not even letting it load on this slow internet. But if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to add some text to one of these pages. So let's just go Google News. I'm just going to grab a slab of text on pretty much anything. All right, so we'll grab this text, and what we'll do is we'll go back into Canva. Now, okay, so I've put this text in here, but as you can see, here there's this little pen called Magic Write. So if I click on that, I can change the voice. I can do a custom prompt. I can make it more formal. I can make it more fun. I can shorten it. So if I wanted to, there we go, replace. Now if I wanted to, I could shorten it again. Replace. Now what I could also do, let's sprinkle some fairy dust on it, see what that does. Replace. So as you can see, the AI tooling is being built into the products. And this is what I mean by Apple seems to be saying, we're going to roll out faster chips so we can build large language models that sit on the device. Whereas this tool is all in a web browser, and it's all going to be done on the cloud at a payment cost. And so it doesn't matter how fast your computer is if this is being done elsewhere. The other thing about these Google Chromebooks is because they're just running a shell of Linux, they don't need as much hardware. They can run at a much higher rate of performance. And so philosophically, I think they're a better idea. Yeah, so I think that's enough for this video. But if you want to learn anything more, chuck it in the comments what you want me to see. and I'll do a tutorial on anything you want. Cheers to the guy who asked for this. See ya.